2 p.m. It is now officially 2:04 p.m. I call this meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'll turn it over to our Secretary, Ron Evans, for a roll call.
So I can see Andrew's joining us remotely. And I understand Vince and Francis will not be here today. But I'm here, Paul's here, and also our solicitor Frank Daly's here.
Thank you. All of you should have received the agenda. You received an initial agenda on Monday, and then you received a revised agenda, and that revised agenda was not for an additional grant, but it was to actually pay a bill, an additional bill. And that was posted more than 24 hours in advance of our meeting, adhering to and surpassing the Sunshine Act of Pennsylvania. And do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
So moved.
You'll be the second, Andrew. Any questions, comments concerning the agenda? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. At this time, we'll open it up to the public concerning the agenda. Are there any public comments concerning the agenda? And it appears that
just taking public comment in person, and I don't see anyone here.
okay, thank you. So at this time, we have no public comment concerning the agenda. All right, at this time, you should have also received the minutes from our secretary from our July 2025 DeSigra meeting. Shortly after that meeting, he presented them to the authority members. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the July 2025 DeSigra meeting?
So moved.
Okay, I can do second. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Minutes are approved. Okay. Are you prepared, Mr. Nelson?
Absolutely.
Okay. At this time, I'll turn it over to our treasurer, Mr. Andrew Nelson.
All righty. So I'm going to be reading the financials for the period ending on July 31st, as you were, I apologize. I'm Andrew Nelson, and I'll be reading reading for the period ending July 31st, 2025. So we have a statement beginning balance of $477,101.08. There were checks and payments that cleared. It was 15 of them in the amount of $96,145.42. We earned deposits and credits for interest in the amount of $668.17. And then we had a statement ending balance of July 31st at $381,623.83.
Okay.
And
You can make the motion if you like.
okay. Sorry, I just was closing out the one and going back to the agenda. So I make a motion to approve the July 2025 Treasurer's Report that was distributed as read.
Second.
Motion has been properly read and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Abstain? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, I make a motion to approve invoice DeSigra-11 in the amount of $192.70 to Spirit Media Group for the Arts and Cultural Grant announcement.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. Questions to the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain? None. Motion carries. Next, I make a motion to approve payment of invoice DeSigra-12 in the amount of $215.90 to Spirit Media Group for a municipal security camera grant announcement.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. Questions to the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Abstain? None? Motion carries. And hang on, I wanna report because we did get our monthly share deposit,
Quarterly share.
quarterly share deposit. So just trying to find the email for that. All right, so that share deposit was in the amount of $328,668.37. So that was the second quarter of 2025 share deposit. And that concludes my treasurer's report.
Mr. Nelson, you have some information about the FDIC?
Oh, correct. Right. So, I did reach out to the government branch of TD Bank, and they had a statement. I'll pull that up for you. That cleared up all of our concerns. Bear with me.
So while he's pulling that up, just to summarize, at the special meeting in June, when we had our auditor present the audit and we approved it, I had a question about our deposits within one bank, given that the FDIC insures an account or deposits up to $250,000. So I just wanted to make sure that with us using one bank, and now that our assets, our cash assets are now above $250,000, are we protected if the bank goes default by the FDIC insurance for our cash assets? And Mr. Nelson investigated this for us and he has a response.
Right. So the response from TD's government department was, as a government entity, which is required by law, our deposits over the $250,000 FDIC limit is collateralized by their PA Act 72 pooled pledged investment portfolio. That's TD Bank's PA Act 72 pool pledged investment portfolio, and it consists of AAA rated investments, and it pools at least 103% of the aggregate government deposits held in Pennsylvania by TD Bank. Those aggregate deposits and the amount that the PA Act 72 pool pledged investment portfolio are recalculated on a monthly basis, and it ensures that all of our balances above 250,000 are pooled and collateralized. So it is protected.
Okay, thank you.
So I wonder if you could, I wonder if it makes sense for me to include that statement in the minutes. You have a document that they sent you that we
I
can?
sure do. Yep, I'll email that to you.
Okay, thank you. And can you, just for our public and for this recording, can you translate that in layman's terms, or would you like
Absolutely.
to?
Absolutely. So they have an account that is specifically pooled together with all of the other institutions at TD that are government institutions just like ours. They created an account and they set it based on the specific parameters that we have. So the Municipal Authority Act basically says that we're not allowed to be investing public dollars into any kind of risky instruments. They give very specific investments on what we're allowed to invest in. They have to be like municipal bonds and they have to be like the highest level. So that AAA rating and those specific investments that are pooled into one governmental pool following the PA guidelines means that the extra money that we have above 250,000 is in an account that is properly managed and governed in accordance with the Municipal Authorities Act.
So
Is that a good
if,
translation?
Adam, I understand.
Appreciate that.
So if we have 500,000, which is 250 more than the FDIC coverage, they invest our money in this special fund, which is safe in government investments. So if they go out of business, they have the money set aside to cover cover anything that we've deposited.
It's because it's collateralized and it's separate from the actual banking account. If the bank goes under, the actual account is not tied directly to the bank's holdings. It's a separate instrument.
It's invested in this account. It's not off some loan to someone's for their mortgage.
Correct.
Okay,
Precisely.
all right.
Therefore, it won't be leveraged the same and won't be subject to the same bank run and thus loss of money.
Thank you.
No
And
problem.
just additionally, to your knowledge, I know you may not have this in front of you. Do we have any outstanding grants or payments to anyone that if you don't know, it's fine, but
Right, not to my knowledge.
okay, so everything should be clear now. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions for our very knowledgeable and expert treasurer? Thank you. We're very fortunate to have you, Mr. Nelson. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. Following up.
No problem. No problem at all. Thank you, guys.
And next is our solicitor's report, and he may also weigh in from the legal side. I don't know if he wants to add anything to that or. if he has
With regard to the
additional-
FDIC?
Sure.
No, as long as it's collateralized, I'd actually learned that several months ago. Because I was curious myself. Otherwise, I have nothing else to report.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for the solicitor? Okay, any unfinished business? Okay. All right, no unfinished business. We'll move on to new business. Matt, do I have a motion to rescind the one-time special grant of $12,500 to Pennsylvania Immigrant Family Unity Project, also known as PAIFUP, for Delaware County residents?
So move.
But second,
Second.
questions and comments. I'll provide a comment. So when I made the agenda for the July meeting, I put this on the agenda as a placeholder and accidentally after we adjourned the meeting, I recalled that I shouldn't have put that on the agenda because we don't have enough specific information to make the grant. So I'm accountable for this and I do apologize for that. This was not presented to county council, so I held off on it. And we may consider this at another time once we have all the information. So thank you for that. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Okay, additional new business. The following are for 2025 special grants totaling $162,500 to 6 organizations. All of these are subject to county council approval. Do I have a motion to approve a one-time special grant of $50,000 to Share Food Program for Delaware County operations?
So moved.
Do I have
Second.
questions or comments?
So just a little background for these next few. I received a appeal from Chester Eastside saying that they were in dire straits because of funding temporarily anyway from Share. And they blamed that on recent federal budget cuts. So I thought that this is something we could step in and help with. And I looked into it last a few days ago. So we gave Share 25,000 last September. So in a way, it's kind of just moving that up. East, Chester East Side and Murphy's Giving Market, we gave 13,000, 15,000 to last November. So again, it's moving it up and kind of doubling that. With Chester Upland Youth Soccer and Boys and Girls Club of Chester, we gave 10,000 just in May. We authorized 10,000 in May under the Next Generation grants. So after seeing that, I kind of had second thoughts about whether to give them another grant already. So anyway, that's a little background on my thinking process for my proposals.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 For this one, for this grant, just this grant. We're going
Talking
one
about
by,
the 50,000 to the share, right?
right, yeah, we're going one by.
Yep.
So he gave the context for all of them, but we're voting on this specific one right now.
Understood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Opposed, abstain, motion carries. Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve a one-time special grant of $25,000 to Chester East Side?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, abstain, motion carried. Do I have a motion to approve a one-time special grant of $25,000 to Murphy's Giving Market?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Do I have a motion to approve a one-time special grant of $25,000 to Chester Upland Youth Soccer?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments?
So I do have a comment. I want to acknowledge what Ron said, for the 10,000 we did give earlier. This 25,000 for the special grant or it's a question more so. This is for like an enhancement to that program, correct? Or is it something different?
It's just for general budget. Is how I picture it.
And can I make a comment too?
Mhm.
I do. So we have several grant categories and we have the special grant.
Right.
Chester Upland Soccer has been eligible for numerous categories in the past.
Mhm.
Continue to provide services in those categories now.
Mhm.
For example, one of the categories is the youth services, but the other category is the the food insecurity or food security. So they provide services not just for youth, but also for nutrition and for food security. So
Right.
I'm in agreement with this,
Yeah.
even though they have received money this calendar year. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried. Do I have a motion to approve one-time special grant of $25,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of Chester?
So moved.
Do I
Second.
have a second? Okay. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried. Do I have a motion to approve a one-time special grant of $12,500 to Penn State Extension Master Gardeners Program for ADA Accessible Path for an ongoing maintenance enhancement of Children's Garden at Smedley Park?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? So I'll make a comment. This was brought to my attention to provide mostly the ADA accessible path There is a budget, it's slightly less than this amount. But I feel that, or I personally feel that, whatever we can do to provide access to these, facilities, to be inclusive of all children and their caregivers, as well as, helping this organization to maintain it and any other enhancements to this, garden would be beneficial for the children of Delaware County. So that's why I'm asking, that's why I have the grant for this amount. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried. At this time, we'll open it up for public comment, or I'm sorry, any other new business. Just want to give everyone the opportunity. This time I'll open it up to public comment. And I don't see a public comment. At this time, I'll open up to authority comments. I thank our members for coming, so we have a quorum today and we can proceed on some of these items. Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second? That's second. Questions or comments to adjourn the meeting? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Abstain. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.